It starts on Friday night with the CCHA. That is going to be our number one conference championship game that we have. They kick off the whole weekend, and it'll be Bemidji State versus Michigan Tech in what should be an incredible one. And it's always weird to see the CCHA final and not see Minnesota State playing in it, but that'll be the case this time around, as Bemidji State and both Michigan Tech did their thing to get through. Michigan Tech dispatched Minnesota State in one of the most dramatic finishes of the college hockey season to date, scoring with 9.1 seconds remaining in the game. Absolutely insane finish. Blake Pietila, who has been one of the great goalies in college hockey over the last few years, is heading back to another championship game in his fifth and final year at Michigan Tech. And Logan Pietila was a big hero in that game as well, scoring on a penalty shot and then also getting credit, I believe, for that final goal. So just an incredible game that we have coming up for you on Bemidji State, and with Bemidji State, who won the regular season title. So talk a little bit more about them. I mean, this is a team that has a lot of depth. They have good. They're pretty good top to bottom. You know, the guys that we'll be keeping our eye on, Leighton Road, a guy that is a sophomore. You know, I think he's getting some NHL interest as well. He's a good all-around player, has 30 points in 37 games this year. You know, Matthias Scholl has been an outstanding goaltender for them, the junior, with a .909 save percentage. And the important thing about the CCHA and the Mason Cup final that we'll see on Friday night, both of these teams, the only path to the NCAA tournament is winning the CCHA. The CCHA teams, also based on pairwise ranking right now, would more than likely be the 16 seed, so the last seed in that bracket. Now, Boston College and Boston University are essentially locked into number 1 and 2. So either way, you're going to play the toughest matchup in the first round. But getting in is a huge accomplishment in itself. Winning the Mason Cup is a huge accomplishment in itself. And then you give yourself a chance, because in a single game elimination, anything can happen. And certainly a team like Bemidji State, like Michigan Tech, they have enough weapons to threaten the biggest teams. And if they defend well enough against a team that's as skilled as a Boston College or a Boston University, then they are, you know, they give themselves a chance if your goalie gets hot at the right time. So either one of those teams can certainly do it. But you have to win on Friday night first. It's going to be a fantastic broadcast on FloHockey as well. Ben Holden, longtime play-by-play guy in college hockey, actually called CCHA games back in the old CCHA. And then you've got Pat Micheletti, who's a legend of college hockey in Minnesota. Certainly a guy that Minnesotans will not necessarily need to be reintroduced to, but it'll be great to have those two guys on the call. Passionate guys, and it'll be a neutral broadcast as well, which I think is kind of fun. You know, we've typically had home broadcasters for CCHA games. This will end up being a neutral broadcast, so fans of both Bemidji State and Michigan Tech can enjoy, a down the middle broadcast, and that'll be fun too. It's always great to get the home broadcasters in there, but I think, with Benny and Pat Micheletti doing the broadcasting, it's going to be an event, and I think that's really cool.